Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This week's video is a reading vlog of The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I really hope you like it. So I am reading The Inheritance Games, a series I swore I would never read, but here we are, and I'm actually really excited for it because as you can see, I started this book and I'm loving it. I can't lie. I am obsessed and I can't wait to read more of this. As to what the book is about, we're following Avery, who's this teenage girl. She lost her mom, her dad is absent, and therefore she has to live with her sister. And then we find out that she has inherited billions of dollars from this guy that she doesn't even know. Since I read the first 60 pages, let's talk about first impressions. My first impression was, how can I be her? I don't want to romanticize anyone's life, but inheriting billions of dollars sounds appealing. But other than that, this book is super fast paced. You basically don't get any background knowledge, which I guess could be a good thing because then you immediately jump into what the book is actually about and you start with the conflict. But you also don't get and you're not provided with any background knowledge, which leaves you with many questions about Avery's life and her situation, her mom, her dad, her sister. The sister has a boyfriend and I hate him. He's abusive and I hope that he doesn't appear in this book again, and I hope he doesn't play any role in the story. He needs to be locked up somewhere. Since this is a romance as well, we have to talk about the love interests. I know that there's like a love triangle. I've been told that it really isn't a love triangle because it's obvious who Avery's gonna choose, but I'm assuming that the love triangle is between Avery, Grayson, and Jameson, I don't know how to say his name, and I like them both, but so far I think I like Jameson a bit more because he seems to have more of a personality. He's more funny, more playful, but I don't know if that's because he's drunk. That's something I need to figure out because the first time Avery met him, he was drunk. So I don't know if that's something that happens often. Grayson, I like him too, but he kind of reminds me of Aaron Warner in the first Shatter Me book. He's like very mature and put together and I guess loyal to his family, whereas Jameson is more like playful and I guess immature. And then Grayson and Jameson have two more brothers, Xander and a cowboy. I don't remember his name, but I think out of the four brothers, I like Xander the most. To be honest, I'm trying to come up with reasons or predictions as to why Avery inherited this guy's money and houses and whatever. I want to know, but because like the back of the book doesn't really give it away, except that the house that this guy lived in that now belongs to Avery is full of like secrets. What are those secrets? I want to know, but I have to read to find out. It says secret passages, elaborate riddles, billions at stake. So she, I guess, has to solve riddles to find out why she was the one who inherited everything that this Hawthorne old man owned. That sounds interesting. Also, the font of this book is so huge, which is honestly, it's such a blessing to have a book that is floppy with a big font. I used to pray for times like these. Honestly, I love that. It's just so comfortable to, you know, sit somewhere and read this without worrying about, you know, breaking the spine or getting a headache because the font is too tiny and you have to like really concentrate to identify the words. Honestly, the formatting, chef's kiss. tried to give you a premise of this book last night, but I feel like it was very chaotic, so this is my second attempt. Basically, there's this Tobias Hawthorne guy, and he is filthy rich. He's a multi-billionaire. Then he dies, and you would think that his family, his 2 daughters and 4 grandsons, would basically inherit everything that he has and owns, but he leaves everything he has, not everything, but like almost everything, to Avery, who is this ordinary teenager. But the catch behind it is that Avery doesn't know this man or this family, and she doesn't know why it's her that inherits everything and how, you know, this stranger even knows her. And the Hawthorne family is obviously very suspicious of the situation. They're running DNA tests on Avery to see if, you know, she was related to Tobias Hawthorne, and they're also trying to challenge his will. Before Tobias died, he wrote every family member and also Avery a letter, but they're not ordinary letters. I've only read Avery's and Jameson's letters so far. Jameson is one of the Hawthorne grandsons, and now Avery is sort of teamed up with Jameson to, you know, decode his letter because it's written like a riddle, and they're basically teaming up now to, you know, get behind what his grandfather wanted to say. This is basically the plot and everything I've read so far. Actually, I also read about Avery's first day of school, where she met this girl named Thea. Was that her name? I don't know. And I thought that they're gonna be friends. However, she is connected to the Hawthorne family, and now Avery's questioning if she is a reliable person, if she should befriend her or not. Also, this Thea girl revealed some very interesting information about the Hawthorne grandsons, so now I'm wondering what that means and if that's important for the plot. But the Hawthorne grandsons definitely seem very mysterious. So far, I think Xander is my favorite. I haven't read that much since we last talked, but I think that Avery's situation is connected to her mom, because she says that before her mom died, she told her that she has a secret. And I assume that the secret that the mom had is connected to Avery being now the Hawthorne heiress. Also, I find Grayson's behavior very interesting because I understand that he's very distant and doesn't really welcome Avery, but he also told her that he would basically dig deep into Avery's life and those closest to her to find out if, you know, she's just scamming his family. But I always assumed that there's not much to find out about Avery. I mean, she's just a teenager. What could this girl possibly have done to scam his family? And I thought that he would quickly find out that there isn't much to find out about Avery, but he's still very, very suspicious of her. So now I'm like, did you find out something about Avery's life that, you know, the readers don't know? Also, reading this book makes me want to rewatch Knives Out, because there's like a similar situation where this rich guy who dies leaves all of his fortune to Martha, who takes care of him instead of his family. Great movie, by the way, definitely watch it. But now I want to rewatch Knives Out instead of read this book. But I'm definitely gonna sit down and read a bit more. It's very, very easy to read. Like, I'm not the fastest reader, but I don't know, like, you sit down for an hour and then you read so much of this book. Today's day 3 and I am on page 212, so I'm over halfway through the book and it's getting so good. Grayson finally did his background check on Avery, and as I predicted, he found nothing. And then he's like, I may have misjudged you, and I'm like, I'll take that as an apology. I'm starting to like Grayson, but I think I will still prefer Jameson. Also, there's a part which I thought was kind of funny. So Avery and Grayson are like talking, and then she says, not to him, but like, she thinks everyone had things they found inexplicably attractive, Apparently for me, it was suit wearing silver-eyed guys using the word empirically and taking for granted that I knew what it meant. And I'm like, yes, because I don't like when men are mansplaining. And I thought, or at least I expected, Grayson to be a mansplainer, but he's not, so that's good. Today's day 5 or 6 of me reading this book. I still haven't finished it yet, but I also don't have much left. And this book took such an unexpected turn. There's basically a new subplot, but I'm not complaining. I'm very much enjoying and loving this book. What I love so much about this book right now is that there's so much going on, so much is still unclear, and I only have 100 pages left, so I feel like I'm just gonna be bombarded with answers and plot twists and reveals, and I just love that. I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like I'm slowly becoming a Grayson girly. And just like I predicted, reading the last 100 pages were wild because my jaw was on the floor multiple times, as you will see, so enjoy me being over dramatic for no reason, but also not for no reason because the ending was wild. I finished the book, but the book also finished me because the last pages were just insane. Like, whenever I thought, okay, I think I'm figuring it out now, there was another plot twist, another reveal, and I was so nervous the whole time. My heart was beating so fast. I kept touching my face and my forehead because I thought, why am I literally sweating? Like, why is my face so warm? The book ended in a way where I feel like I have to break into the bookstore right now to get the second book because I need to know what happens next. I'm a little sucker for love triangles, so I'm really excited to see what happens in the second book with Grace and Jameson and Avery. To be honest, I'm really thinking about giving it 5 stars. I don't know what would be against me giving this a 5 stars because it was really good. Not a single boring page. I was hooked from the very beginning, and something that I really like about this author is that she writes YA books, but her writing style isn't juvenile and doesn't feel too like childish and immature. Since I finished this book, it also means that this reading vlog is over, so thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to read the second book and film my reactions and my feelings.